Today I'm going to take a look at the Atari 2600 and a few Pac-Man games. Back in the day, Pac-Man was a huge arcade phenomenon. There was Pac-Man merchandise, Pac-Man cereal, there was even a Pac-Man Fever song. Pac-Man was just huge. So today I'm going to take a look at Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, and Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. This is Pac-Man? I mean, it looks nothing like the arcade. First of all, Pac-Man never had an eye. And the color scheme on the maze is completely wrong. In the arcade, the maze was blue with a black background. And here we get an orange maze with a blue background. And the maze is nothing like the arcade. Why was that so hard to get right? And the ghosts are one color. They flicker, which is really annoying. And they kind of pop more than anything when you chomp them. Another thing that annoys me, that was a jip. Another thing that annoys me is that the tunnels are at the top and bottom of the screen. Again, in the arcade, they were to the left and right of the maze. It's like the people that made this game never even played Pac-Man. Pac-Man is hard to control. He slips and slides around the maze. I mean, Pac-Man was a huge hit back in the day. So despite the fact that this game wasn't like the arcade, it still sold pretty well because it was Pac-Man, but it's just not very good. And why can't we have dots here? Why do we have lines instead of dots? Yeah, like I said, it's hard to control. And that's Pac-Man. And here we have Ms. Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. And this game is a major improvement over Pac-Man, which is why I just don't understand why Pac-Man looked so terrible and Ms. Pac-Man looks so good. We still have lines instead of dots, I don't know why, but this game has 4 different mazes, just like in the arcade. The ghosts are 4 different colors, and they're the correct colors, and they don't flicker anywhere near as much. Oops. The game's a lot of fun to play. It controls well, and it's just a great port of a great arcade game. Again, I still don't understand why the Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man had to look so terrible when this one looks so good. The only thing this game is missing is the intermissions. The arcade had like intermissions between every few levels, every couple of levels. And that's Ms. Pac-Man. And here we have Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. And we still don't have dots, still have lines instead of dots. Very annoying. Back in the day, Junior Pac-Man was a pinball machine and arcade game in one. You would play the pinball portion of the game, which was like was a real pinball machine, and you would trigger some kind of event, and then the game would switch to the video game portion of the game. So you had basically a pinball machine and an arcade machine, video game machine in one. It was just kind of weird. I've never seen anything like it since then. And to be honest, it was kind of stupid. I don't even care for pinball. But here, you of course don't have pinball. You simply just have the maze game, and those big dots, they slow you down. I guess they take a lot of effort for Junior Pac-Man to eat. This game is hard. It's very fast-paced, and it's pretty neat how the mazes are so large that they scroll. And those ghosts are... Well, that was a bad decision. The ghosts are always on your ass, and I have no more power pills? Yeah. I'm not going to get past this level. I kind of squandered them all. This game was released late in the Atari's life. Oops. And it's a great game. Like I said, it's challenging, it's hard, it moves fast, but it's a great game. And I suck at it. And there you have it. Those are the Pac-Man games for the Atari. The original Pac-Man for the Atari was not a very good game. In and of itself, it was okay, but it just didn't look anything like the arcade game, and it wasn't a whole lot of fun to play. It wasn't a terrible game, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 5. It's just very average. Ms. Pac-Man, on the other hand, was a great Atari game. It was very similar to the arcade. It was a lot of fun to play. It had all 4 mazes. It was a great game. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. It is a superior game. And last but not least, Junior Pac-Man for the Atari 2600 is actually a pretty good game, but what holds it back is that it's very, very difficult. It's not an easy game to play, and it takes a lot just to clear one maze. So, because of its difficulty, I give it about a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. It's a good game. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button.